Welcome, everybody. I'm Jason Kears with Boomer X Fitness, and this is
Gator Gears.
Together, Let's Live Longer, Healthier,
Happier.
Happier.
We'll do this, we'll call this our morning workout, but you can do it anytime because I don't always do it in the morning. This is strictly for flexibility, mobility, agility. So our first one is called a seated forward fold. Let's just go down.
There we go.
Feet straight out in front of you, legs out in front of you. Reach forward, grab your toes. Ideally, you want to push the backs of your knees till they're touching the mat. And then you hold this position as long as you can. I do it for a minute. Do it for comfort, not for pain. Okay?
All right.
Alrighty. And now we move into the Cobra. This first part, this is a two-parter. The first part we call the Cobra. And you're on your hands under your shoulders, knees and toes, the tops of your feet touching the mat. And you just hold this position. I hold it for 30 seconds. You hold it for whenever you can. And then the second part of this movement, you bring those knees up off the mat so that all of the weight is held by the tops of your feet and your hands. And this is called the up dog.
All right. Just a little side note, these are this terminology a lot of times is associated with calisthenics, of which Dad's background is. Different than yoga postures and terminology sometimes, although sometimes postures look the same from calisthenics to yoga.
And our next one is the seated straddle forward fold. So we're seated, straddle as far as you can, hopefully at least a 90-degree angle. Look at that. That's more than 90 degrees. That's great. Try to push those knees into the mat. Grab your toes. Push those knees back into the mat again. And lean forward. And hold it. It's a good stretch all around for your lower back, your thighs, knees, everything. All right. Now we go into, and this is, a lot of people consider this one of the most important, especially for older people, but anybody, the deep squat. Get your feet further than shoulder width apart and just go into a squat. If you can only do this, so be it. You can only do this, so be it. Ideally, you want to go all the way down and raise those arms straight up. Ideally, so that your arms are in line with your ears. Your chin is up. You can feel that squat, that stretch all over. That's a very important stretch for, especially when you start getting some years on you. Okay? Want to come out of it, maybe go forward, raise yourself up easily. This next one we do is a table, what I call a table pose. And let's see, to be back here like this, right? Feet flat on the floor or the mat. I have my hands facing away from my body and then just push my body towards my feet and just keep on pushing, and you will go, your body will raise up, and you want to push that belly button towards the ceiling.
Shoulders stack over wrists, hips high, knees over ankles.
Yep. Everything should be 90-degree angles. All right. Come out of it. Just go back down. I've heard this one called the world's best stretch. In yoga, they have another name for it, but It's the same thing, the same stretch. We get into a runner's stretch, a pose, and your opposite hand be on the mat. The hand that's is going to the ceiling, and then raise that right your trailing leg up, straighten that knee. Look up at the ceiling. This may be one reason they call it the world's best stretch.
And wave at the clouds.
Right.
By the way,
Come
front
back.
knee over ankle,
Yep.
back leg long and straight.
Yep. Bring the knees back or your hands back. Then we advance the other leg. Once again, knee over the ankle, 90 degrees. Opposite hand, opposite that foot. Raise your right arm up. Open yourself up. Look up at the ceiling, the sky. Straighten that trailing leg. Straighten that knee. Bring it back down. All right. And this next one is called the hollow up, hollow body, or the bowl. Down on your back, feet together. Raise your feet up just a few inches off the mat. Point your toes. Raise your scapula, the shoulder blades, up off the mat. And hold this position. You can put your hands out like this. That's easier. The more you raise your arms to your head and beyond, the better the stretch is. The more stretch you get it out in your abdomen. Yeah, try holding that one for 60 seconds if you can. That's a good one. It's one of the best stretches for the abdomen.
And if that's too easy, hold it for 30 minutes.
Yeah, right. All right, come out of it. And now I'm going to do the down dog. Anybody who's ever seen or participated in a yoga class knows what the down dog is. It's a basic. You want to put your hands on the mat, move your feet back.
Heels pressed to the mat, butt pokes high to the sky. Press through the arms and shoulders, drop your chest lower to the mat. And then I even like to encourage people to experiment with tipping or tucking the chin to the chest or lifting the chin away from the chest, and just find different little bits of movement. And of course, we breathe deeply. Inhale. Exhale. Heels can go more flat to the mat. Butt pokes higher. Chest drops lower.
All right.
All right.
Come out of it. You can come out to your knees. And this one I call the reverse prayer to prayer. It's a two-part, and it is primarily for your wrists, your hands, elbows, shoulders. You can put them back to back like that. I like to put them on the mat. If you want more of a stretch, separate your hands more. Try to keep your elbows locked as much as you can. And that's it. Just lean forward. Keep the fingers and backs of the hands on the mat. Do that for however many seconds you can. Lean back, come out of it. Put the fingers and the palms together. Push the thumbs against your sternum. And without letting your palms and fingers separate, push down towards your belly button. This is a prayer.
Dear 8-pound, 6-ounce, newborn infant Jesus, don't even know a word yet, just a little infant, so cuddly, but still omnipotent. We just thank you for all the races I've won and the $21.2 million. Woo! 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 Ow! Love that money!
Feel that in your wrist, your hands, somewhat in your shoulders, forearms. Okay, come out of that. This one I call the camel pose. Get on your knees. You can lean back. You can get up on your fingertips if you wish. Don't let your butt touch your heels. Keep your butt up. Push it towards the ceiling. If you can put those hands completely flat, do so. And push those shoulders back like you're pushing your elbows together. Push that belly button out like you're towards the ceiling. And hold that. I didn't name this one, but it's called the camel pose. All right.
Let's talk about an option.
All
and
right.
that is, let's say if you can't go back so far, your hands can go near your hips,
True.
fingers point down, press your palms into your hips, puff your chest up, tip your chin back, and that's another option for the camel.
Right.
All right.
All righty. Moving right along.
Half bridge.
Half bridge with leg extensions. All right, feet down on your back. Feet at legs forming a 90-degree angle. Raise your butt up. You can move your body closer to your heels if it feels better. Take your left foot out straight, don't let it sag like that. Raise your butt completely up. And then I'm going to pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll put that foot down, extend the other leg, pulse 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can do more than that. And finally, while with both feet down on the mat, just pulse your torso. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. A forward split. Yeah, this is as children, everybody tried to do these. A lot of you succeeded, I'm sure. I wasn't one of them. So take your feet as far apart as you can. Lean forward. This is a forward split. You want to lock those knees. That's good. As far as you can. Come down. You've probably seen Jean-Claude Van Damme do that between 2 chairs. Well, I'm not Jean-Claude.
In his famous pose and is preparing for the next fights.
When you come out of that, you may want to move forward. So you don't want to pull any tendons in your thighs. Just come out of it, do everything slowly, easily. Once again, you want to do it till you feel a stretch, not till you feel pain. And now the next one is the Russian or side split. I know every kid tried this or did it. The girls could always touch the mat. I never could. Your body your torso is facing the same direction as your lead foot. You can balance yourself like this. Balance yourself like this. That helps. That helps your balance. Come down. Touch that lead knee with your chest. And if you can, with your nose. And if you can go even further, come out here like this and go further.
Dad, touch your nose to your big toe.
No. My toe isn't long enough. All right, come out of that once again, easily. And then you extend the opposite leg. Same thing. Balance yourself. You can do that. There's a name for that also, isn't there? And
I'm sure there is. I don't know the name of it. And then we can just make things up, by the way.
Yep. Down. Touch your Touch that knee. Come on down some more. All right, and you can push yourself back to take the pressure off. Swing that leg around. And up on your feet. And last but not least, the horse stance. Because I guess in Tai Chi, it's the position you're in when you're riding a horse. You can put your feet together, extend your toes out as far as you can, and then your heels as far as you can, your toes as far as you can, and your heels still there. Your toes are pointing straight ahead. Drop down a little bit, and this is the horse stance. You can make a circle with your fingers there if you want, your arms, because some practitioners will get in this position for hours.
If we do this, Dad, we can pretend like we're hippie tree huggers.
What do you mean pretend?
Oh, God.
You'll pretend, I'll be it.
And we can make that. You can put your make fist, put your fist on your hip girdle, push those elbows back, and if you want to just mix it up a little bit, start throwing some punches. Come back up. Stand up. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our morning workout.
And we are Boomer X Fitness. I'm Jason, you're
Gator.
and together, let's live longer, healthier, happier.